How's it going, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Dad Bod Garage. Today we're going to be revealing the new build for the channel, which we picked up as a wreck, and the insurance claimed it as a total loss, so we scooped it up for a super low price. I think we got it before the title was salvaged out, so we got a clean title and an awesome car to work on. There's going to be a lot of projects going on with this car. It'll be the focus for the channel for a little while until we get some parts for the Taurus. We need to do some pretty crazy stuff to the Taurus. That car is going to become completely apart, and moving forward, everything that we do to the new project car is going to be a series on the repairs for that series of cars, which goes across the board for a bunch of different models. So without further ado, let's get out there and let's check out the new project car. And here she is, the new project car for the channel. And I'd like to formally introduce you to our 2007 Volkswagen Rabbit. Now, I'm sure most of you can see that it's a balmy 98 degrees here in Florida, but we're still determined to get this car on the road and get a look at this damage a little bit closer. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the new project car for the channel. This is our 2007 Volkswagen Rabbit 2.5 Auto 4-door. I think before we get started here, it'd be a good idea to get this car washed before we get it in the garage.
Time for the cold start. Well, room temperature start.
Alright guys, so we made it in the garage. Let's go ahead, let's start tearing this guy apart and see what parts we need. Alright guys, and now for the fun part. Let's go ahead, let's get this hood off, let's get this bumper off and see what kind of damage is underneath. I can assure you it'll go back on smoother. Alright guys, so we had to switch from the other camera. Now we're on the GoPro. Sound might be as good, but the video should be great. Now, as you can see here, we've got the crash bar out, we've got the radiator support loose, the headlights out, the front bumper off. We're going to go ahead, we're going to try to attack the lower belly pan now, and then we're going to go ahead and drain the radiators. Let's get going. Yeah, it's not getting any easier. All right, pretty crazy leak. Something's dripping there. Looks like engine oil, if anything. Transmission pan's pretty dry. We will have to do some investigating on that. As of right now, we're trying to get these guys out, try to get the cooling system drained, and it looks like there's not really a drain on here, I'm guessing. Got a plug here, so this comes out. That's busted. It's broken. Well, maybe. So this goes in here and you press down this way and the plug comes off. Alright, something has come off. Maybe from the accident. Looks like a throttle return spring. Maybe? Huh, interesting. I wonder if the throttle got stuck on this guy. Here's one of my more favorite tools. This is my spring clamp remover, but it's not on a pair of pliers. So we can get in some really interesting spots with them without ever needing to actually get our pliers in there. So it looks like we could just clamp on this guy. Just quick release. Okay. Squeeze. It locks and that comes back. How easy is that? Right? And a bunch of coolant's gonna come out. Okay, alright, that light died. I'm gonna charge that guy up. But our handy dandy Astro 65L is steady going still all day. No problems with this one. Love this flashlight. So if you push these radiator hoses, they're a lot easier to come off than if you try to pull them. So you kind of want to like work yourself around. There we go. Here she comes. So once you kind of like bust it loose, the radiator hose should come off real easy. Try to get it to where you guys can see here. So yeah, now that it's loose, you can kind of get in here and twist it, and it should come off with minimal effort. All right, we'll let that drain for a minute. I think that's it. I think that's actually the last part of the bumper assembly. If we can go ahead and get this wrapped around here, we can see the moment of truth, what we've been working for all day. Alright guys, well, it's been a long day. I think we just got the last 2 bolts out. So, let's give it a shot, huh? Let's get this thing off of here. I've been plugging away all day at it. Taking little breaks, because it is like the face of the sun, hot here right now in sunny Florida. Live in paradise, but you pay for it with the heat. Va-va-voom. Core support out. Oh, we're still leaking. Okay. Let's see if I can. Oh, getting less of that radiator fluid out. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the front off. Now, radiator support's out. Radiator's out, condenser's out. Looks like we got some kind of oil leakage going on here. It's coming from way up top. So hopefully we can figure out where that oil leak is coming from. Looks like it's right about there. Looks like something's disconnected. I don't know. I found a spring, and that spring, I don't know what it goes to. It looks like it would go to a throttle return spring. Maybe something came loose in the accident. I don't know. But as far as we can tell, these frame rails are perfect, untouched, crumple zones, not damaged, as you can see right here. Fender's perfect. She needs some love. Another frame rail. We're gonna pressure wash all this. We're gonna pressure wash all this and see where that oil leak is coming from, because I have a feeling it's coming from up top here somewhere, or it's getting thrown up. Now, this is what we found. The core support, or I'm sorry, the crash bar, mint. Headlights, not a single broken tab. Looks like the support brackets for the bumper were cracked. We got a little crack on our foam there. That was my fault. Hopefully with the new bumper, which I'm hoping to go with a different kind of bumper for this car, aftermarket, because we're gonna have to paint this as well. So I'm looking for an aftermarket hood, aftermarket bumper. If you guys know of any good ones that are relatively affordable for the Golf, please get at me, because I'm looking right now. I also have my eye on some a couple wreck cars locally. So we'll see with all that. It's been a long day. Been chipping away at it slowly. We got to get cleaned up, but that was good progress for today. So we got everything off that we needed. We got the car in a position to where we can now look for parts. So we know we need a radiator support, we know we need a radiator and a couple plastic pieces, and maybe a condenser. Now, none of this was leaking before, but all right guys, so you can see that the core support is clearly damaged. Now when you look behind it, let me twist this a little bit, you can see that the radiator took a good whack and it is bent, and our cooling fan is damaged. Hopefully I can just get another fan. And the shroud, this one looks good. This one here looks okay. Just the plastic is actually broken, which will cause vibration. We don't want that. And looks like, you know, let me get these out of here. Alright, those four are for the radiator support. I'm sorry, those four were for the fan shroud. Okay, fan shroud is off. That looks like it's in decent shape, minus the fan. And now you can see the carnage of why I need a new condenser and radiator. And I have that out. There's the old radiator support. All banged up, but she's out. And with that being said, guys, if you like this episode and you want to see more of this rebuild process, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to the Dad Bod Garage, and the more support you guys give me, the more that pushes me to get these projects done and move on to the next one. This project is little compared to the next one. Moving forward, we're going to go ahead and get our parts now. If you guys know of any other places to get some pretty cool bumpers or aftermarket parts for this car, go ahead, drop a comment, because this is a subscriber car. So, alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Dad Bod Garage. That's going to be it for this episode. We need to get on the computer and start looking for the parts that we need to get this guy back on the road. I'll see you guys next time.